Alright, we rolling? Yeah? Okay. Now then, you already see this video. So you already know what's up, but gotta give y'all a quick something. I'm about to... Alright, so, hope you know, we're doing Gravity Falls, What Ifs, Adventure Time, anime, all that good shit, you know. Hell, even some cartoons, Gravity Falls, you know, shit like that. And I hope you know that if they need to have trauma, I'm gonna give them their trauma. I'm gonna hand it out like Christmas presents. I'm gonna traumatize their asses to the point of brink. I mean, look at what I'm doing today. The Suki and that Digimon with it. That boy is messed up in the head. If I'm throwing trauma out like Christmas presents, I'm gonna keep doing it. And if they should have trauma, I'm gonna make it 10 times worse. Just cause realistically, it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna make a hell of a boss slash housing hotel. What if with Lincoln being in it? And you'll see. It's gonna. I'm gonna do them as dirty as I'm gonna do this Lincoln, which you'll find out how dirty I'm gonna do in the genocide route. You just gotta wait. But let's get on to the video. So as we see Lincoln stepping on, as his feet stop crushing the stone and start walking on stone, as he hears the clicking of his boots on it, as Char is floating beside him, as he hears the waterfall, as we tell Char to look upset, as she explains to where they are. It's Waterfall, nice peaceful place to come sit down and relax. She remembers something with someone, mainly a fluffy boy, but we'll get back into it later. So as these two keep on walking, this is when they get to where they see Sans in a booth type thing with MK over there and some random monster right there. Orangish yellow random monster. As Lincoln walks up, MK says, "Oh, hey, did you sneak out to see her too?" He says all ecstatic like, with Lincoln not knowing who, but MK is saying how he'll show her. He'll show him. Now then, this is gonna be short, I'm not gonna lie, but gotta go take my dogs out, like 14 minutes at most. So now then, as we see things going on and gone like this is when Lincoln sees the blue flower. And as he walks up to it, and when he gets his hand close by, he says, he hears this is an echo cloud. It repeats what anyone says to it. Neat, huh? Excuse me. And just as that happens, this is when Lincoln proceeds to go near the Stay Star. As it pulls up, since Lincoln spent like 2 to 3 days in Waterfall and snowing, and I say about when he saves this time. Ooh, Jesus, I've been burping a lot today. I say when he touches the save star. When he touches the save star, it shows how many hours he has on it. How many hours he's been here. As Char says, the rushing water of the waves fills you with determination. And so, after that it says Lincoln, time, HP fully restored, time 90 hours. Lincoln's been down here for a while now, so hell. As this is when they talk, as Lincoln then walks up to Sans and asks him what he's doing here, which he then responds, "What, you never seen anyone work 2 jobs before? It's great. Also, it gives me twice as many legally acquired breaks. Say, wanna go to Grillby's?" As Lincoln gives him a Sans walks out from his booth, he says, "Follow me, I know a shortcut." As Lincoln notices that Sans is going the wrong way, but he doesn't question it as he follows him. And next thing Lincoln knows, they're inside of Grillby's. After I don't know how the teleportation would work for his view, but let's just say the things go black for a second before, like everything, a black thing he can't really see, but black surrounds them as they teleport to Grillby's. How? Lincoln questions as he sees Sans walking up. Now then they go over this similar loss where people say, "Hey, Sans," with the drunk rabbit lady hitting on him and stuff like that. And because Lincoln's dealt with the wind for most of his life and knows that Sans is a comedian, he makes sure to touch the seat first, which then he hears the farting of a whoopee cushion. Really? He gives Sans a look. "What? It's comedy gold," he says. "Don't tell me you're shit. No. Don't tell me that boned you out. I don't know. I'm not a pun maker, alright?" And so, yeah, after Lincoln sits down, as Sans talks to Gilby, he asks him what, really asks Lincoln. Sans asks Lincoln what does he want. And Lincoln saying he wanted a burger. As Sans says 2 sides of burgers to Grilby, get their burgers. Lincoln tries to put the ketchup on it. Since he actually, no. Say Lincoln would actually try to check it as he pulls the cap off relatively easily. Yeah, gotta get you with that one, Sans says as he then screws the lid back on, actually. And, damn fly. As he screws the lid back on him, tries to put some ketchup on his burger as he gets to eating. While Lincoln is eating, this is when says, "Hey, I gotta ask you something. Have you seen a talking flower?" Lincoln's eyes widening a slight bit as Lincoln, after chewing some more of his food, gives Sans a reply of yes. And this is when the light around that everything goes dark and gets darker, as the only light that's still there is around a small bubble. Time's frozen. Lincoln can tell. Grilby isn't moving. Well, the flame isn't moving. Lincoln can tell that Sans must have stopped time somehow. Also, they had their whole conversation about Papyrus, But this is when as he says, he thinks someone is using Sans, it says the echo flowers. They give him advice, predictions, compliments, flattery. He says his eye socket's now completely black with his serious expression. "Hey, if you see something like that, make sure you tell me, alright?" He says, with everything returning back to normal. And thus, we see a look on Chara's face. And Lincoln, as they realize that there's a lot more to Sans than just meets the eye. And with this, we see Sans again says, "Well, that's all I wanted to talk about. Hey, Grilby, put it on my tab." Which, as Lincoln finishes eating, as Sans hands over his burger, saying he's not really that hungry. And so it goes into Lincoln's inventory. As we see Lincoln stand up and walk out, as he says bye to Grilby, and everyone else, and walks out with his boots crushing the snow once again as he feels the cold of snow and smack him in the face. "Alright, forgot. Teleported here," he says. That skeleton. He's a lot more. It seems like he's a lot more shy-dimensionally than I thought, Chara says. She didn't reverberate and said, than we thought. As Lincoln, after hearing this we thought, he seems to get happy. Chara started to warm up to him even more now, as the two start talking while making their way back to Waterfall. After passing Sand in his booth, this is when they keep walking, and they finally get into a patch of grass. And this is when they see someone show up. Something clad in a suit of armor. A suit of armor. As this is when Papyrus shows up. "Undyne," he says. As he says, "I found a human, but don't worry, it's okay." As Papyrus says, "Wait, what? You're gonna gain their soul for yourself? Things go in canon, yada yada." When Undyne scene, as this is when things start to get tense after Papyrus Happy leaves. Undyne charges up a spear. Blue magic coming from out of the air somehow starts to combine together and then forms a spear. Lincoln can't help but think it's cool, at the same time terrifying, since he knows it's aimed at him. Just before she throws it, Undyne hesitates for a second and then backs off. This is when we see Lincoln walking out of the bush with MK by him. Oh, MK, it's you. As he comes walking down, falls flat on his face. As Lincoln helps him up, he says, "Oh, that was so cool. It was undying." You know, yada yada fanboy things. And thus, things happen. MK goes on ahead as Lincoln stops by the save point. Saving 91 hours. 91 hours. It's been 91 hours since Lincoln first fell down here. Or a couple of days, you know. As Lincoln and Char keeps walking, floating, they come across, as things go, as it says, Aaron attacks. As Lincoln dodges a fist, as you see Aaron flexing his muscles, you know. And thus Lincoln decides, well, if it's flex you want to do, now flex battle you'll get things as he starts flexing. And after a couple of turns, Aaron flexes himself out the room. How the hell is that physically possible? Lincoln thinks. And this is when Char reverts, well, you are down in the under. Lincoln, you can come back after. Char then says that you can come back after you die. You shouldn't be questioning what's physically possible. Before Lincoln responds, as he holds up his finger before slowly closing his mouth, was saying, okay. We then see the two walk, and walk, and walk. This is when they get to that little water ditch where you find the ballet shoes, or is it the tutu? I can't remember. Just know that Lincoln picks it up, but he isn't going to put it on. So yeah, as Lincoln still, I hope has all the items for the other humans. He has Patience's ribbon and toy knife. He has Bravery's gloves and a bandana. And now he has the tutu of Patience. Integrity. Shit. Get confusing. Now then, as we see Lincoln walk on. Excuse me. Whew. God, I am hungry. As we see Lincoln walk on, he goes on to when we get to the little flower puzzle thing. Well, the second one, Lincoln finished the worst one and noticed how pretty they were, which Char couldn't help but agree. As the two keep on walking and floating, and this is when they get to the other flower puzzle. I think Lincoln has been stated to be the second smartest in the Loud House, and Lisa has figured out time travel in the current cartoon. So, him being the second smartest in that, Lincoln is pretty goddamn smart in multiple cases. Since if you're considered the second smartest as someone who can invent time travel, then I mean, come on, you'd be able to figure out a puzzle easy, severely easy. Lincoln figures this out as he then gets a call from Papyrus asking what he's wearing. As he says, so, are you wearing a bandana with pink gloves? As Lincoln realizes that Papyrus is trying to, help him out, so he says, yes. You're right, so you aren't wearing a bandana with pink gloves. Got it. Wink, wink. You are wearing a bandana with pink gloves. Wink, wink, he says over the phone before hanging up. And this is when Lincoln walks through the other place. And that's where we're getting into our video, huh? I got some shit to do, so it was a short video today, but, more entertaining.